Welcome back, everybody. This is the thejonnymar, and I am continuing with Stardew Valley, my playthrough as a Joja Operative. So we are on the final day of summer. Of course, it's going to be a clear and sunny day tomorrow. Let's see what kind of luck we're going to have today on this last day of this particular season. Luck is not going to be on our side, but will we get a new recipe? Ooh, bread. Yeah, bread making. I haven't actually ever made bread from scratch. Only kits, where most of the ingredients were pre-made. I'm not a huge baker. I do enjoy making desserts, but not much beyond that. And how are you doing today? Why did I take the bonsai tree? Thank you. I do love omelets. They are one of my favorite breakfast foods, so I very much appreciate that. Let's put this bonsai tree back on the table. So we have a lot of stuff we need to do here on the final day of summer. Of course, we're going to start by giving Haley a gift. One of her favorite gifts, which is, of course, a sunflower. And then we'll throw her omelet in the fridge and we'll eat that later when we're doing some mining. And we are actually going to have to do a bit of watering today. You don't usually have to do that on the last day of a season, but since most of our crops are actually crops that continue into fall, we do want to water them so that they continue. And the way it's set up, my wheat will actually mature on the first day, so tomorrow, and so I'll be able to harvest that, and then I'll be able to put in new crops right away. The auto grabber, yeah, quite the luxury item indeed. So if you are working with animals, it can be helpful because it'll basically gather up all of the produce, or not produce, but eggs and any byproducts of the animals. We will be getting to the beach later today for the dance of the Moonlight Jellies, so to speak. Which is, in a way, the migration of the different creatures here in Stardew Valley. But when I do run a farm that has animals, I do eventually end up getting auto grabbers, just because it does save on time of having to, especially in chicken coops, find all of the eggs that can hide behind chickens. Since we are on the last day here, we are going to pick our poppies though, because they will die if we don't pick them, since they do not continue into fall. And we will have to water everything, but we'll grab what we can here. And we're going to be trying to build a few more sprinklers so that once we get into fall, we can put some out in our field. We don't have to water the entire field every day. Now we actually already have enough of those in our greenhouse, but we still need some for our main field here. So that's why I'm making refined quartz for the standard sprinklers that we can make. Let's get our gold bars here, our silver bars, or iron bars, and then make some quality sprinklers. So now we have 9 sprinklers, so that'll be pretty helpful. That'll take up a substantial portion of our field, probably about, I don't know, half, maybe 40%. So that'll cut down dramatically on how much watering we have to do each day. It'll give us a lot more energy to go into the mines, or we can do some fishing once we hit the fall. But I do have a lot more chores to do, so I'm going to do those, and then I will meet you back once I do them. So I will see you in a little bit after we do some organization as well. Alright, so I've done all my chores, and now we're going to head to the beach. But we're going to activate a scene here with Shane first. So once you hit, I believe, 2 hearts with him, if you come into the forest down here at nighttime, you will get one of his heart events. And so we're going to share a beverage with Shane, and he's going to tell us a little bit about his life. Shane is a depressed character. He's not doing too well. Not very content or happy with the way his life is going. describes it as a miserable abyss. Feels pretty helpless and hopeless, and basically is using alcohol as a way of trying to escape that, which it does not work the greatest. But we're gonna drink too. That gives you your energy back, but it also intoxicates you, which makes your speed drop pretty significantly. I mean, you have a future ahead of you too, Shane. Even though you don't see that currently. Yeah, you better call it a night. We need to head to the beach too. Let's see if we can get there before we are no longer drunk. We're gonna slowly make our way there. Yeah. Alright. Well, we made it to the beach. We only threw up a couple times. We are a lightweight. And now we are going to talk to everybody, of course, and see what they have to say about this festival. I mean, I'm sure it wouldn't be a bother, Linus. Not everyone hates you. Anyone back here? Yeah, we have the wizard. Yeah, you weren't really that hidden. No, this isn't Skyrim. I don't have the magic spell to be able to show me where my next target is. If we come down here, we'll find Leia. Or Leah. I pronounce it Leia. And she is reflecting on the end of another summer. Yeah, it's an interesting idea. So basically a jellyfish, it seems like. But they migrate. And they seem to fly, as we will find in this particular festival. Yeah, I don't like mosquitoes either. That is one of the worst things about summer. The heat, getting very hot, and then the bugs. I mean, you all can enjoy whatever you want. These festivals are always very interesting. This kind of takes the place of, in most of the Harvest Moonlight games, the fireworks festivals. Nope, I'm not going to be doing that, but I will be heading to the Joja Mart. Join us. I suppose. They have those floating candles in the water, as Pierre is selling some unique items here for this particular event, including the seafoam pudding, which is one of the better items, especially if you're going to do fishing. And if you are going to catch some of the legendary fish, the really rare ones, there's one legendary fish in every season, you will most likely need to use some of the cooking recipes to get the items that significantly increase your fishing, especially if you're going after the ultimate fish, the legend, as it's called. Wonder what it could be. I mean, jellyfish are, well, I don't know, are they technically poisonous? Is it venom that gets injected if you touch their wigglers? You'd think you'd remember that. You are kind of into photography. I don't know enough about jellyfish to be able to say definitively. Oh, looks like you made it, Shane. How about you, Jazz? Babies? Yeah, Vincent wants to see a green one, too. You did? Maybe you talked too loudly. You scared it away. I mean, it is kind of crazy to think about all of the things that do live underwater in the dark recesses of the sea and the ocean. You know, the sea is not in great shape, especially with plastics. And no one cares about your shoes, Clint. Sorry to tell you. But there's the boat. So let's talk to the mayor, and we're going to get him to start the festivities. So they're going to launch the candle boat, and then it is going to bring, apparently, the Moonlight Jellies. So let's see what happens. Now what's funny is if you have like lobster pots on the dock here, they'll actually show up in this festival. Which is a little immersion breaking. Here they come. There you go. Show's over, everybody. Let's go home. Wait, there's more. Those are definitely jellyfish. As Dory learned in Finding Nemo, make sure you bounce on the top. But there's the babies. Aww. Will we see the green one? There it is. It's not that dark of a shade of green. But it's also looks a little different. Maybe that's the male or something. I don't know if jellyfish have sexes. But it's nice that I assume my ring that I'm wearing is making that halo around us. But there you go. What a beautiful festival. They're going to carry on toward the great unknown with their migration. And we're going to keep doing our chores. Alright, so that was the final day of summer. Completed and in the books. So tomorrow we're going to start with fall. Let's get to it. Two seasons down, 2 to go in this particular playthrough. We actually only have 2 more upgrades to do for the community projects. Just the bridge and also the panning. But we get some new music for fall. Very nice music. Let's see what the weather is going to be like. Gusty. We're going to have some better luck today. Only mildly perturbed. And then living off the land is going to tell us about sunflowers. Haley's favorite. But yeah, they're pretty nice. They're worth quite a bit. They work in 2 seasons, and then you do... Whoa, what's with that face? But you do often get seeds when you pick a sunflower, so they oftentimes repopulate themselves. But there's all of our wheat. So we're going to have to harvest all of that. We're also going to start working on some iron bars here. And then we have to clean up the rest of our field. As you'll notice, there are some things that were summer crops, and so they are no longer working since it's fall. So let's get to harvesting after we give our lovely wife a gift that should maybe take her close to maxing out in affection. I guess we'll find out. But we got to clean some stuff up here first. And we need to harvest. That has been your moment of mindfulness for this particular episode, as we harvested all of our wheat, which you can use for cooking. And you also often get hay, which then, if you are raising animals, is useful as fodder for them. But we're going to have quite a bit of maintenance to do here on the farm. We got to plant some new flowers since it's a new season. And then obviously we're going to have to plant all new crops, and there's a couple different options that we do have that we can go with. And I'll talk about them more in a little bit. So let's get to it. First of all, we do need some fertilizer. We'll put that down on a few spots that don't have it, and then we'll grab the seeds we already have. And then whatever we need, we will buy from the Joja Mart to fill out the rest of the field. So it's going to be a busy day. And we got our hops. So now we can make Pam that pale ale that she's been hankering for. So in order to make the pale ale, we do need a keg. So I've already made one, crafted one up, and we'll throw the hops in. And we'll have eventually a couple kegs going. Alright, let's head to town. Oh, yep. Haley maxed out on affection because this is her max affection scene that activates. The kids are talking about the fact that their textbooks are falling apart. And Haley is creeping on them, over listening in to what they're talking about. Unfortunately, they don't have enough money to afford new books. Which, for Vincent, is not a big deal because that just means they don't have to do homework then, right? Good idea, Vincent. But Haley's going to keep that in mind. And so are we. So yeah, we got to max affection now with our wife. Alright, let's talk to Clint here. And we do have some geodes here that we need to take care of. And he notes that the mine carts are now working again. And so he's not sure why that is. Well, the answer is, of course, because of Joja. If you need something done, you call Joja. We take care of it. Join us and thrive. So we have 2 new artifacts to hand off at the community center. Well, not the community center, the museum. As we continue our quest for 60 items handed in, donated, so that we can access the sewers. So we'll throw those down on the table and check them out. And I believe we also have a book. This is a pretty silly book. It's the fisherman, kind of alluding to the legend, which I already mentioned. The ultimate fish. I believe it is in spring when it's raining. You have to go up to the lake up by the mines and fish for it. And you can ultimately try to catch it. It is pretty difficult to catch. You need to be maxed out in fishing, have the best rod, and then oftentimes, depending on how good you are at fishing, also use some food to push your fishing up to about 14 to really have a chance at catching it. And then you also need to typically use the lure that makes the catch bar go slower if you're not on the fish, so that you have a chance to recover quicker. I've caught it a few times on different playthroughs. Like I said, probably not this playthrough, but we'll see. I would have to do a lot of fishing, and obviously we're not going to go into spring on this particular playthrough, so we won't be catching the legend for sure. Alright, so we need our seeds here. Lots of different seeds that are now available here in fall. We already planted the pumpkin seeds we had. We're going to go with pumpkin seeds. The other one that can be useful to use is cranberries, because those are reoccurring crops. And then the rest of these, typically you'll want to plant at least 1 or 2 of them just to fill out your inventory. And then we want a couple fairy seeds as well as our flowers for our honey. They take a little longer to grow than sunflowers, but they are worth a lot more in the long run. So we're going to go with the bridge. And then we should, maybe by tomorrow, actually have enough to finish that off. Alright, so let's plant our flowers. I've already watered them, so let's throw down our sprinklers. And then we're going to use the rest of our time here to just plant the rest of our pumpkins. Now, because of the sprinklers, we're not going to have a chance to get a giant pumpkin. You do need a grouping of 9 right next to each other to have a chance for that to happen. I guess we might get one over here. But the odds are pretty low. Alright. So that is it for the first day of fall. Haley's still scared when she's by herself. I'm sorry, Haley. I'm home now. We can head to bed. We have a few more things to do tomorrow before we finish up this episode. They're going to take care of the bridge, which will allow us to access the quarry. And that'll mean we can do a lot of additional mining as our foraging goes up to level 8. All right. Progress. Always moving forward. Making things better. Get that cool fall music. Beautiful sunny day tomorrow. Nice. And still mildly perturbed spirits. I like fall and spring. You'll notice our sprinklers down there have done their job, taking care of most of the field for us so we don't have as much watering to do. So that's nice. We'll still have a tiny bit to do, but it should only take about 1/3 of our energy bar as opposed to half of it. But now we're getting the activation here of Haley's last event, the second part of it. She's going to note a charity cakewalk. Interesting. What is that? And she says it's like musical chairs, but instead you get cake. So what you need to do is take a chocolate cake with you into town on a sunny day. And that will activate the scene. So we will begrudgingly agree to do so, but not actually begrudgingly. We would do anything for you, Haley. We love you too much. So there you go. We'll be activating that event. She's actually going to bring, I believe, a pink cake. And then you'll also get some other cakes brought by other citizens of town. So luckily we got that chocolate cake from the bar. Alright, so let's head into town. And we will get another scene. Cutscene City. So this was another addition to a later patch. I'm not sure if it was 1.4 or 1.5 that did it. But they added this special orders board. So basically, each month, every so often, there'll be 2 different special orders that are available that you can choose from. And they are generally bigger tasks that they will ask you to do stuff for, and then they come with bigger rewards. So they're essentially like, yeah, the local economy's picking up, so people want more stuff done. Because people haven't asked enough of us already. You can't do anything on your own. You need us to do it for you. So of course, we will do it. We are trying to ingratiate ourselves with all of you. So we'll take care of some of these jobs, mainly because most of them are not that difficult to do. And the rewards are pretty decent. especially robins. Opens up some extra things you can get from her in terms of stuff for your home. Yeah, we'll see. And it also activates typically some funny scenes, especially the Pierre ones. Well, I look forward to helping as a representative of Joja. And remember, that is why I'm doing it. You must always join with Joja. So, can we say that you're on board? Robin sure loves her puns. And I like how she just keeps laughing here. She really was tickled by that. Yeah, no problem. Didn't really have an option. There was no option. You take care too. Alright. So we came down here because we wanted to head to the museum here because it is Penny's birthday. And as we do on everyone's birthday, we are going to give you a wonderful gift, which is a piece of coral. And you are certainly welcome, Penny. So, which should we accept? Now, the Pierre's Prime Produce is a funny scene if you do it. But I like the Robin quest. It's not that difficult to do. And since I'm going to be doing a lot of mining, I might as well do that one anyway. So, we will collect a bunch of stone. And we have just enough money to finish off the last of the community developmental projects, which means we will have finished our goal of all of them. So starting tomorrow, we will have finished all of the different projects. Alright, we're in the quarry, which means we have a lot of rock to break through here. So we're trying to get 1,000 stone for Robin, and we're just trying to clear it out as well. So I'm going to work on that. I'm going to do the top half of the quarry. And then I will meet you over on the side to show off in a little hidden area that was added in a later patch. Alright, so we've cleared the top of the quarry, and now we have this particular cave, which has a very ominous symbol. It has more things you can mine, and then actually has some pretty damaging enemies as well. But there we go. Second day of fall completed. Yeah, we should probably relax. What should we do? I'm just gonna take a seat. And then call it a day and go to bed. So my next episode we will continue through fall. And we will see the ending of the Joja community projects as they work on the glittery boulder here by the mines. So as viewers, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I'll see you all in my next episode as we continue onward in fall and see the completion of the Joja community projects. So long. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please press like and leave a comment below. Please also subscribe to my channel and press the notification bell. See you next time.